Are you an entrepreneur, a startup, or a growing small business?
You already know that finding the right workspace shouldn't mean settling for a noisy, cookie-cutter co-working space where you're just another number.
Your business deserves better. That's exactly why eSpaces is redefining co-working.
They aren't just another shared desk in a chaotic room. They are your premier professional office solution.
Whether you're a solo entrepreneur or a team of 20, eSpaces is dedicated to helping you find the perfect environment for your business to thrive.
eSpaces is proudly locally owned and operated. When it comes to your livelihood, putting your trust in the right company matters.
Choosing eSpaces is more than just securing an office. It's a genuine investment in your local community.
Elevate your business today. Search eSpaces online to find your perfect fit.
My fuse has been short. It has been short. Kurt witnessed.
Your emotional fuse or your just your anger fuse?
I think the whole fuse. All sections of it.
You get on the plane, about to take off. The guy right next to you says, "So, what do you do for a living?"
I know. And you should be nice.
And what do you say?
I tell him what I do for a living.
And then he starts asking you question on question on question.
True.
At what point do you start to get irritated?
Oh, I really don't get irritated.
Oh, don't play nice,
I
Neil.
don't. I really don't. I thought you pawned a guy off on him.
No. The guy was asking me because he thought the three of us were together, which we were.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to answer the question, so I said, "Oh, I'm not in a band." I said, "He's in a band."
So then Kurt made
And then I
friends
said,
with-
"What band are you in?"
Kurt asked me what band you were.
Oh,
We were
okay.
playing it up, and I said, "Please leave me alone." And then I said, "Would you please get away from me, please?" And Kurt goes, "Well, not a very nice band." That's the kind of fun we have.
Anyway,
The Try That in a Small Town podcast begins now.
all right, from the Patriot Mobile Studios, powered by eSpaces. We're back. We're still on the air. We're still coming.
Paid you a higher bill.
Lots of comments. Lots of
TV and
comments.
Spotify near you. Try that Small Town Podcast. Thrash, TK, Kaylo, I'm Kurt. And yes, we're still there. I think people were worried about us.
They were.
I think people were worried about
And
us.
rightly so.
Maybe they
It's
had a
okay.
reason.
It's okay.
It's okay.
We have those moments, and we're allowed to.
Yeah, we're allowed to.
I mean, we worry like every human on the planet.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
We work
Yeah.
on it.
It's a process, you know. Like Kaylo says, it doesn't happen overnight.
Almost took a lounge gig in Utah.
Dude, that would be amazing.
Almost did. Almost
Where
took one. Victory Ranch, in just outside of Park City.
Nice.
Sounds expensive.
It's it's really expensive. I couldn't afford to live there.
We could be happy there.
They would have to let me live in a trailer on the property, but yeah,
I love Park City. You fly into the airport in Salt Lake, and it's literally 30 minutes.
yeah. It's right
30-minute
there.
drive.
This-
You're in Park City.
This little town's called it's either Camus or
Comless.
Camus. I think it's
Probably not Camus,
No, it's
'cause-
Camus. I think it's
Yeah.
Camus. Camas.
Makes me think of what?
Come on.
Yeah.
Wine. The Camus days.
It's a badass place. I went out there with Josh Kelley, Charles's brother.
Nice.
He's awesome, huh?
Josh is so talented, man. He's
Yeah.
just a talented dude. And I went out there and did a writer's thing with him and Nathan Chapman, and it was fantastic. And
Oh, Nathan Chapman.
I
Nathan
didn't
Chapman
even,
trick,
I didn't
yeah.
even take my golf clubs
What
because
did
my
you
back
say?
my back has been jacked. And I was like, I can't do it. But Saturday came along and the weather was perfect.
You look like you've been golfing today.
and
I know,
I did
that's what I
not.
said.
I didn't. Yeah, I just grabbed the shirt off the rack.
This whole thing.
This thing will look good
Out
on
of
me
his
today.
1,000 square foot closet.
It'll
You
look
should see it.
great on me today.
Oh my!
I went down the lane.
He's got a golf section, a suit
Yeah.
section, little jacket, summer wear.
I don't have a suit set.
Found a new section he'd forgotten about and found
Yeah.
that shirt. Yeah.
He's got a
You guys-
hunting. He's got a hunting section. And
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's crazy.
What have you been up to?
Do you have just one suit for
Yeah,
the funeral,
that's me.
wedding, everything?
I've got 3 jackets, I think.
You got 3 jackets.
Yeah.
Awards, funeral, wedding. It works
Yeah.
for
Yes.
everything.
Yeah.
Well, not awards. That's been a minute.
Yeah.
That one outgrew.
Yeah,
already-
we're back to
I've
rent.
already
We're back to
outgrown.
renting now. Okay, just like the prom. In case it comes up, yeah.
Well, ever since COVID, I mean, think about it. It's like
Yeah.
we didn't even get to go to the ASCAP awards or do anything like that.
What is different
They
now?
just sent them
Yeah.
to us.
Anyway, you
They
can just wear
changed.
kind of like what you wear your leather jacket or whatever.
COVID
you know.
ruined everything. It really did.
We're in so many
Fauci.
things. Yeah.
Fauci. Yeah, we didn't talk about Fauci.
Fauci.
We were almost talked about it last time, but oh my God.
Dude's
Well,
in
it's
a
so
little
ridiculous.
bit of trouble.
It doesn't
A
even
little bit
matter.
of trouble.
He's already
Who
been
wants to
pardoned.
be him right now?
But he's not going to
No
be in
one.
trouble.
I don't think
No,
he's
he
going to be
won't.
in trouble.
He won't
He'll
be.
in trouble.
It's like what
He
we
won't
said
be.
last time. He's going to go off and disappear, never to be.
But
heard
he's
from
gonna
again.
he's
He'll
gonna
have to.
give back a lot of that COVID money to attorneys. You know, he's gonna lose a lot of it. He's paying daily for it. He'll have plenty left.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
But why
He'll be
would you
fine.
need attorneys when you've been pardoned fully?
It's a great question.
I think
What
they're
would-
trying.
or when you just
What would you
Plead
need
the
them for?
fifth.
What do you need them for?
Well, what would you need the pardon for to begin with? You know, so
But he's got it. Why would he have any legal bills after he got a pardon? You wouldn't need any.
he had a
Why would you
team of
even
it-
have to
I
answer
think
questions?
they're trying.
What if he
for
didn't
contempt
show
of
up?
court or something? You know what I mean? Because the pardon only affects whatever the pardon happened prior, 10 years prior. So if he's on the stand currently and he's in contempt, which I think they're trying to charge him with, then
Yeah.
the pardon wouldn't apply to that.
Oh, so it doesn't apply. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's at least what they told me on Fox News.
Well, even
must be true.
You really believe that?
yeah. That's where I got
That's
my
reliable.
information right there.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. So take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
How's the road going, guys? How's the road? How's the
Look
road?
at us. We look road worn.
No, you look.
The road-
you look
the
fine. Y'all don't
You're
look.
not as much you.
No,
Kurt.
you don't.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You may think you do.
I'm kidding.
Caleb came
It's
in
the lighting.
firing.
It's the lighting. You
Yeah.
look great.
Great.
It was just my position.
Yeah, it's a lot of travel.
A lot of travel.
A lot of travel on the road.
A lot of plane flights.
Yeah, it's just interesting routing. You know, typically
That sucks. I hate that.
we get on the bus Wednesday night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You bus home. You know, you're sleeping fairly regular schedule. We've been flying a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that means getting up early or getting home ridiculously late.
You can always tell when Kurt and Tully's give a damn's busted. Kurt comes in with a hat on backwards, and he comes in with a hat on. Give a damn, it's busted.
It's we're in the grind right now,
Yeah.
but I mean our grind is it's pretty easy.
It's a good grind.
Comparatively.
Nobody feels
Just-
sorry
but
for
just
you
I don't
guys.
think they do either.
But just travel alone
is.
is tiring.
It
you know,
is.
just back and forth.
Yeah.
But no, nobody feels sorry.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
You're right.
Nor should they.
no. Well, I was talking about that very thing with my wife as we were in the airport coming home. And I told her, you know, I used to do this back in the mid-'90s for nothing.
Right.
For nothing.
For no money.
This was 5 years of straight radio tour and this and going, minivans for nothing. Going in the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah, that's a
And I'm
better
like, I
way.
can't believe I agreed to that.
That's for the dream,
And
baby.
now you do it.
The dream.
Now you do it for $500 and a hot dog.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know.
Well, it might be.
The last
I
night,
speak. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to tell you last night. I started to tell you this before we started the podcast, but so you know my OCD's clinical. It's bad. It's getting worse too. I'm starting to do weird stuff now, like line things up and just weird stuff without even knowing.
You've been
it.
living with Lana?
No, it's bad.
Okay.
It's always bad. My OCD is terrible. Anyway, last night during the show, I think we were playing. I really can't remember if it might have been Night Train or if it was something like that. When in the early part of the show, and I look at my shirt and there's a bug, a little tiny bug, just walking right across my shirt.
That bastard.
And he's just chilling out, and I'm playing, and I'm looking at him. It's driving me freaking nuts, and I don't have any time to get him off. I kept looking at you.
See if I can get him off.
I was like, you
okay.
see this bug? It was so small, but I could see him. And the lights hit me, and he just kept walking around, and I'm playing. And I'm like, God, I don't think I have a break in this song. It was Night Train, which is I play 2 million notes in Night Train on the bass. So I'm just the whole time. I'm
That
playing,
was
like,
me on your shirt.
I kept trying to look at Kurt and saying, "Are you can you do anything about this?"
And from the fans' perspective, there's a bug on the TV. You know when there's a bug
That's
on
right.
the TV?
Yeah. I had
How frustrating.
Not similar, but I had an experience last night as well. We're up. We went on thrust, out to the very front. We're doing our thing, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of whatever in jam mode, and I look down. My zipper's undone.
But that's not surprising to me from you. It's really not.
But talk about not being able to
Right.
do it. You
Yeah.
know, first of all, I'm playing, and then I'm like, oh, great.
I mean, I've seen you out there with no belt. I mean, your wife standing next to me going, oh.
Yeah, she's
And you're down in
very ashamed
You're down
of
in
me.
your position, and there you are. There's the briefs. There's the white back.
I'm trying to
And
get a deal,
no belt.
an endorsement.
Yeah.
From
So
Hanes,
you might as well unzip
from
it.
anywhere.
You might as well.
No.
Anyway, yeah. So the road's been weary. It's been long, but it's also been great. Great shows.
Great crowds.
We just did a Rock the Country last night, which is the Kid Rock, thing,
Yeah.
the festivals that he's putting on. Great crowd for a Sunday night. It was
Yeah.
absolutely
Sunday
great
night.
crowd.
Yeah, really, really fun.
Fantastic.
They're both 2 festivals this weekend.
Yeah.
They're both great. Young
Nice.
crowds. Young crowds.
The stakes right now could not be higher. We finally have a president and an administration fighting hard for America first.
If conservatives lose focus now, the same people who created this mess are ready and waiting to resume their destructive, progressive agendas.
Protecting this momentum takes more than votes. It takes everyday Americans like you staying in the fight for our rights and freedoms.
That's why more and more people are switching to Patriot Mobile, America's only Christian conservative wireless provider.
Patriot Mobile offers premium priority nationwide service on all 3 major U.S. networks, unlimited data plans, mobile hotspots, international roaming, and 100% U.S.-based customer support.
Patriot Mobile puts your money towards causes like defending faith, family, and freedom.
Contributing millions each year to organizations on the front lines fighting for our God-given rights.
They're putting their business behind the fight every single day.
Go to patriotmobile.com/smalltown or call 972-PATRIOT. Use promo code SMALLTOWN for a free month of service. In a world of constant chaos and change, we're firmly holding on to the roots that built our nation.
Try that in a smalltowncoffee.com.
Inspired by the hit song and the podcast it sparked, these coffee roasts are for those who value faith, family, and the common sense grit of a small town.
Get our coffee in whole beans, ground, or pods. Choose from raised up right, light roast, down the road, medium roast, or sucker punch, dark roast.
Go to try that in a smalltowncoffee.com.
Try that in a smalltowncoffee.com and pick up something today.
Does Aldean do anything like voice-wise every day, every morning? Does he do like a breathing machine? Does he do anything?
Oh my gosh.
Has he got a little system that he does before?
Yeah, he puts his
it's
nose
tequila,
in a red
right?
Solo
Is it-
cup full of tequila and breathes.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, his system is, well, actually, Tully said this before. His system is just try to sleep.
Yeah.
Well, sleep's the number one thing for
Yeah.
singing.
But he does-
You have to get it.
Nothing else.
But on our tour,
Nothing.
on our tour dates, so we do the VIP, which is at 7:00 ish, and we do about 3 songs. Which I think the reason we do that is just to get everybody singing a little bit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we do that, but generally no, and that works out. Sleep's his thing. Like he doesn't need to warm up.
That's good. Well, sleep's important.
Yeah, sometimes when he warms up, he has a harder time. He just got there and sings, and it's pretty darn good.
It's a muscle.
Yeah.
I mean, the more y'all
Yeah,
work, the better he
it
probably
is.
gets.
And we think about that too when we're building a set list every year. We try to think about that, like as you build the top of the show, like not doing something that stretches the
Let him
range
get
right
warmed
off
up.
the bat.
That's very smart.
You know, which is interesting because we're doing these. I think I mentioned it to Kurt last week. We did a Luke in Montana, in Missoula. We did a Luke Bryan Stadium thing. We've been doing the co-headlining thing, which is really fun. But I was telling Kurt, like, it's weird because we start that show with My Kind of Party. And I was telling Kurt, like, boy, it's tough playing that one right out of the gate. It's just a lot of playing, and it's, intricate, and it's like, usually we work
lot of
that.
playing.
Usually that's at the end of the show, right? So it's same kind of thing, like you're messing up all the songs in weird orders on the Luke Bryan Stadium stuff. So it's like, we try to load the set list where it's a slow build, vocally
Yeah.
especially.
Yeah.
How many more of those y'all got?
Couple?
Yeah, there's a few more. We're doing San Diego here soon, Washington, D.C., Vegas in
Yep.
December. So it's 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay.
It's a cool
Different.
show. If for anybody that hasn't seen it or is wondering what it's like, the cat's out of the bag now. But
Yeah.
not many shows do this, if ever. we come on and play. Luke comes out with us. We do My Kind of Party. Then Luke and his band come out and do 2 songs. Then they go off. Jason and our band comes on and does 3 songs, and it's alternating the whole set.
Wow.
So it's nonstop hit, major hit after hit with each artist's band. And it's seamless. You know, it just goes. It goes.
And it's so different. It works. Like the music's so different, and the bands are so different. You know, Luke's got like the country orchestra up there. You know, which is a 8-piece. You know, and right now we've been down to a, you know, with counting Jason, a 5-piece. You know, so it's more rock. It's more, and Luke's got his thing, which is more country. Honestly, so it's the yin and the yang's pretty obvious. You know, which is why it works. It's so different, and it's different out front.
Yeah,
like the way, because each like our front of house engineer is mixing us, and Luke's is mixing his. So it's 2 different mixes, 2 different types of music. So as a fan, they're having a blast. You can tell.
Yeah,
you know. So us, it's a lot. It's different because you come off for a couple songs and you wait, and a couple times we're waiting like 4 songs, so we're like. Kind of hard to get in the groove that way.
Right.
Yeah. It's actually really hard.
Right.
But as a fan perspective, it's really cool, I would imagine. Yeah. So
awesome.
Yeah, man.
Well, it looks like I may be back in business as well. Got a show in New Jersey Friday night.
Is this your first show?
I agreed to. Well, I got a text last Thursday.
Couldn't resist.
And ironically, I was practicing my keyboard because I haven't been able to play guitar. So I got a text from Chris Estefano, and good buddy,
great guy,
great songwriter, player, and everything. And he says, dude, tell me you can play a show on the 14th, Friday night. I need you. And I went, oh, sweet mother of God, you know. And so I said, stand by. So I went over and I mean, my guitar's not even out, you know. I picked it up and I put my arm around it, and I tried to play it, and I couldn't do that, so I just kind of set it up a little bit and played it a little differently. And I played 1 song, and I thought, I can probably do it by then. That's a week. So anyway, so I'm going.
So you committed.
Yeah. So I'm in, and also with Chris, he plays so well.
Yeah.
That factored into it as well. It's kind of like, okay, I don't have to. I mean, he plays my songs better than I play them anyway.
He's very talented.
But yeah. So anyway, so it looks like I'm
back in the game.
I'm back. Nice. Woo! Yay me!
I know.
This is great. Feels great, guys. Feels great.
Man, I would never go to Jersey for $500 ever.
Well, and a hot dog.
You're getting paid more than $500.
Yes.
Okay.
That was a joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a must go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good.
Yeah. So, hey, I did want to mention something, and because on the text thread a couple weeks ago, somebody said something about sports, like sports that I don't know if it was meaningless sports or sports that shouldn't be sports or something like that. But ironically, I was watching something.
I could name a few
this weekend. Have y'all ever heard of the Donk toss?
No.
What is that?
Okay, this was on ESPN.
How do you spell donk?
Donk.
Okay.
Like donk, short for donkey.
Okay.
Really?
So this was the World Championship on ESPN Saturday, right? It's the 10th, so it would have been what, 9th or 8th, right? So these people, they're not athletes, but it's being called by an ESPN analyst and everything. It's like a dartboard on the ground, you know, with different sections. You have a stuffed donkey, and you can take him from his ears or whatever, and he's on the ground. It's a stuffed donkey, and you flip it, throw it, or whatever, and if he lands on his nose on the bullseye, that's the pinnacle of
When you
point.
say stuffed donkey, sorry.
Stuffed donkey, like a piñata with no candy in it. Just
an actual donkey that has been...
No,
okay.
no. Not, and this isn't taxidermy style.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
No, this is like
It's a stuffed animal.
No, stuffed animal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a great distinction for the listeners. Thank you, Kurt. But anyway... But it's very serious, and you can knock their donkey off and everything. And I mean, but anyway, I've never seen anything like that. And I'm sitting there watching it, and I found myself, I'm like 20 minutes in, I'm thinking, okay, I guess this is why they're showing it.
As long as you watch the WNBA, they got to have a substitute. So why not?
So people
Toss
out
donkeys.
there with zero athletic ability whatsoever, there's a chance for you.
So was that on the
It's
Ocho?
called the Donk Toss.
ESPN, the Ocho? Is that
Yes.
Okay. So last week, they had the corgi races. The dog, the corgis.
Yeah.
Hysterical. Just racing them. And
So it's amazing how they've taken the Ocho, which was
a
joke from the dodgeball movie.
Yeah.
And their ratings are probably really, really good right now.
Yeah, and they have now the ESPN, the Ocho, didn't show this kind of
Maybe-
Well, look, I was watching the corgi racing.
Maybe we should do something on our podcast.
Maybe they'll want us to be part
if
of
we
their
start
network.
tossing
Maybe.
donkeys,
Maybe.
tossing corgis, maybe.
Hey,
I
I'll
mean,
tell you what, about that corgi
something-
race, I would rather watch that than any WNBA game.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's why their
Oh.
ratings are probably really good. It's probably entertaining. It's so bizarre that it's entertaining.
I mean,
Well,
We're not bizarre enough. Pull your zipper down, Kurt. Let's get crazy.
I don't even have
Well,
to.
but-
It already is.
But you mentioned the WNBA. I mean, you saw what's happening recently. Like,
it's
It's
so ridiculous.
it's so ridiculous.
good.
It's
It's beyond
my
ridiculous. It's it has to get worse.
I hesitate to even want to get into the
I know.
discussion
I know.
because it's so absurd and ridiculous. All of it.
but you did hear about
Well, yes,
like
of course.
at least two of the retired NBA players are gonna.
Yes.
They're
Yes.
gonna be available
so
for the
that
draft.
starts with Clay Travis, who most of our listeners probably know.
Yeah.
He, basically the short version of that is he was saying since the WNBA doesn't want to exclude anybody and is so inclusive that they would have a trans play in the league. He's like, well, great. I'm going to start a team in Nashville.
Yes.
And it's going to be all inclusive.
Totally agree.
All trans.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So basically, he got a couple of these guys from the NBA that now say, "Oh yeah, I identify as a
Yep.
woman."
And the name of the
because-
team?
What's that? The Nashville Balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the name of the
It's
team.
perfect.
Amazing.
But I totally agree because it's the only thing in this insane world that can shut that shit down.
I agree.
Something like that.
And you
They
know
just
what?
let's go ahead and just do it. And
Do
let's just watch the insanity unfold. And that's the only thing that's going to make it go away. And
I
shut them
actually
down
think
and
so,
make them go
too.
to something
Yeah.
else.
They apparently, because he's drawn so much attention to this, they are now having, I guess, meetings this week to fully decide what a woman is and what a
love
woman should be eligible.
Mm-hmm. They'll find a way around it.
They'll find a way.
Oh, yeah.
But it's
This whole thing.
it's the whole.
It's.
It's just fatiguing.
Can you believe we're
It's
talking about
exhausting.
it?
I know.
I
I'm
know.
already past that. It's like, let them play. Let's go ahead and show the insanity in person.
Yeah.
Let's do hockey.
I told
Let's
Kurt.
do everything.
I told Kurt in the bus the other day.
Golf.
We have I'm not a good basketball player. We used to play basketball on the road, and we had a team. Me, Kurt, Aldean, Jay are still a player, and Jack, who's great. I feel pretty confident that if we played just a little bit against any WNBA team, we'd do okay.
Better than the All-Star game.
I don't think we'd get embarrassed.
Well, that's actually
don't
how
think- I
all
don't
of
really
this
think we would.
started. That's how all this started. Was Clay, before he started, he said he was going to start the team. He said, "I'll take any high school boys team in the country, and they'll beat the WNBA champion."
And why do the
And he
playing with
he was going to give $10 million for charity to the winner, whether it was the WNBA or the high school boys team.
do you have to play with a small ball?
Probably.
Yeah,
That'd be even worse.
They may throw you off.
it's just easier. Just throw it with one hand. It's like
Anyway, it's I don't know, man. It's fatiguing, and the latest thing that happened to Sophie Cunningham. That's
white privilege.
the white privilege thing. It's just
Getting neck tackled.
That's what's funny. It's like we do music for a living, and it's like we want to see all of the other stuff besides the music stuff. They probably want to hear us report on the music business.
Yeah.
And talk about the music business, and all we want to talk about is the stuff that we don't.
But sometimes
Yeah,
it's
we
so
don't do-
stupid.
I
though.
know.
You have to talk about
You
it because
have to.
You have to vent.
Well, that's where you want to. That's all I want to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, we know everything that's going on in the music industry and how crazy some of that is, and how insane some of it is. But the
Well, I
sports
think-
stuff, I'm entertained completely, much more so by the WNBA than I am the music business right now.
It's
I really am.
I don't know. Somebody move it. It's so
Less than a month for college.
Less than a
football.
month. Oh, there we go. Football.
Football.
And I'm
Less than a
I'm
month.
trying to get fired up. I really am.
What do you mean you're trying to?
I'm trying to get fired up.
Are you not on board with DeBoer?
Oh, I'm not on board with anybody.
What's going on?
I don't know anymore. I just don't know.
There's no excitement?
There's gonna, yeah.
Lost your
I'm
smile?
looking forward to watching and cheering my team on, but I'm like, who's? I don't know. It's the NFL now. It's just whatever.
Still
I don't-
interesting, though.
It is, but there's going to be a different champion every single year. It's going to have this team. Indiana's not going to win it this year. It's going to be somebody
Is
else.
that bad or good, though?
I don't know.
Okay.
I
I'll
really
kind of
don't.
watch them, though. Just based on last year, I'll watch them just for
Oh,
that
sure.
Signetti.
I'm
Just
going to
I wanna
watch
see
it
how
too.
they
It'll be
do.
new, but I don't. The excitement. You can't tell me that your excitement level about college football is the same as it was 10 years ago. It's not even. Mine's not.
But is that
not.
because Alabama was basically favored to win every
Yes.
year? And now it's not?
Well, I mean, it could have some. Could play a part.
Yeah.
But I'm just all these. It's
No, I
the
get
NFL.
the business
You know what I'm
side of it.
saying?
I'm
It's,
with
it's
you,
just. It's not. It's not a. There's no allegiance to the university anymore. There's no proud.
100% agree.
No proud wearing the colors. No.
100% agree.
You know, there's no representation for that particular
You
school
start- I
anymore.
mean,
and
like I said, you guys know
they're not
way
playing for
more.
the school. You know.
You know way
No.
more about this than me. The college football thing, I watch it and I support teams. I support Georgia. I support teams that my family's affiliated with, my friends, even Tennessee. Kayla will even
Thank you.
yell out a couple yells towards Tennessee in your honor. But
Thank you.
I think once you pay players, and once that happened to me, or to me, when I saw that happen, I should say, everything changes.
It just opened Pandora's box.
You,
It's like
you can't. There's got to be a better way.
There was a better
because it
way.
always was like you get to go. I get it. Like it gets murky because the colleges make all the money off of the.
I don't mind the players
sales,
getting
but-
paid at all.
Then what-
I don't mind them getting. It's how they handled it. They should have put a trust fund together at the end when they graduate or they get drafted. They get that money at the end. They shouldn't be paying them all this big money when they're a junior in high school. And
Which they do.
Yeah, and they just did the business model wrong.
Yeah.
You know, they still could have kept the college allegiance. They still could have kept, a player's pride to play for a certain school. They could have kept all that and still paid them. But now it's a free for all. I mean, with the transfer portal and all this other
Right.
stuff. And this is old news. Everybody's heard all this. They could have handled and set up that whole business model different in the beginning and still paid the players, because I do believe that they should have gotten paid and been compensated for how much money they make the university. I've always thought that.
But they made money. Like, what if they had just paid the players a percentage of the money off of their jerseys that are sold?
I agree with Neil. They just, once they opened that box, it was hard for them to just say, okay, this is it, because they're using it's more than that.
It is.
They're using it for video games. Like, that's a thing too, is like they weren't getting paid for that. So they have to do that. And then there's other things that they're using these players for to make money on. And it's like, okay, what about that? But
It was all set up wrong in the beginning.
Yeah.
The players had way too much freedom, and the agents and everybody else got involved. It just
They
now
got
it's out of
college kids.
hand, and I don't know if they can reel it back in and get it back to where the players are proud to play for Tennessee, proud to play for Iowa State.
I don't think
proud
it's
to
gonna
play for
happen.
Alabama.
No.
I think it's too
they
far
got
gone.
these college kids signing cards now and making, a lot of money on those.
Yeah.
That's
If I was Southern SMU, I'd be so pissed right now. I'd be suing the NCAA when they got the death penalty back in the day for paying players. I'd be suing them right now. It's like, no, we want our titles back. We want everything you took from us. We want it back. They would have a case right now. If I was SMU, I'd be doing that. I'd be going after everything that was stripped from me.
Well, I'm very excited. NFL starting. That's all I care about.
I'm ready for
Let's go.
football.
Let's go.
We were wanting to know, Jim brought up an idea, and we should maybe ask the listeners and viewers. He was like, we should get back to you guys' picks. There was a couple times I think we did a show or a short segment, 10 minutes or whatever, of we talked about the weekend college games or the big games and the big NFL games, and we'd maybe give our thoughts. And or winners, losers. Let us know if you want us to do that or not so much. Like Neil says, maybe you just want to hear us talk some music stuff. Maybe you do want to hear some sports stuff. Let us know. We'll
Hurry up and let us know.
You better hurry up. Time's a ticking.
We got to pay for these new. We got to pay for these new mic
I
stands.
know. I see Jim went out and spent some money, which I don't know where
Did
the
you
money
spend money, Jim?
I forget. Something is different.
Oh.
I'm lending you these
For what cost?
several $1,000s.
Okay.
So I shouldn't
it
have
on our
carved my
bill.
initials into it. Then.
Yeah.
Be my guest.
I like my arm.
They're nice.
Mine's
Ours
got
really
some
different.
construction issues.
You could just take it like Freddie Mercury and just hold on to it like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Walk around, Tully.
There you go.
It's we're missing some. It's all right. I'll get
Yeah,
through
that's
it.
all right.
I'll get through it. It's fine. Can't hold me down.
I don't know if I've ever asked you that, guys. This. I'm
What?
sorry we're bouncing all over the place, but I was thinking of Freddie Mercury, and of course I loved Queen when I was a kid. But did you guys, were you listening to mostly country when you were younger, or was it everything? Did you listen to anything rock? What was your upbringing music?
For me, it was kind of like I get in patterns, but I did most everything. You know, me did obviously a heavy dose. Hank Jr. Hank Jr. is probably the most.
So when you were a kid, you were listening,
Yeah.
because I didn't have any of
like
that.
high school, but then but even during that, still, Def Leppard, Van Halen,
But you were listening to everything.
everything.
Huh.
Probably not as much everything as people do now, even as I do now.
Yeah.
But it was a mix. But then once I got way into country, there was a phase where I probably all I listened to.
I think
For a
that's
long time.
that if you talk to a lot of guys, songwriters, artists, or whatever in the music business, if you ask them that question, they're going to say they listen to a lot of different stuff. Because I did. I listened. I would listen to Ronnie Millsap when I was like little, before I could drive or anything. I mean, I remember bouncing on the bed, and I would take those little knobs that used to come out of the top of the bed post that went up, and they had these
Where your gum
decorative
was.
knobs that would come out.
Yeah, you put your gum up there.
And I would use it as a microphone, and I would sing, "I'm having daydreams about night things in the middle of the air." I would sing that bouncing on the bed when I was a kid.
So is that
And
because
then
your parents listened to country? So
No,
you got
no,
that
I was
influence?
raised around Southern gospel.
Oh, wow.
Because my dad was a Southern gospel
That's right,
singer.
that's right.
And the Thrasher brothers, and that was, that's all I ever knew.
Yeah.
But I would listen to that, and I remember listening to the first Van Halen record. I was in junior high when I heard it for the first time. I had one of those somebody had one of those new Sony Walkmans or whatever.
Oh, yes.
And I threw that cassette in there, and I'm listening. I'm going, "What is that?" And I knew I loved it. And when I discovered that I could sing really high, I started listening to all the rock bands. I listened to 38 Special. I listened. I mean, it was a plethora of stuff. And I would listen to this day. I still listen to Southern gospel. Still
That's
listen to
awesome.
all the good quartet singing and all that, all the harmonies and everything. I had a plethora of stuff that I listened to that I loved.
TK, I know yours basically, but what was yours?
Well, yeah. I mean, I grew up listening to a lot of stuff like Bob Seger, in that pocket.
Yeah. Was it mostly
the Police.
rock though, or were you?
Yeah, no, it was mostly rock. I went through when I was young. I mean, I got really into like Buddy Holly.
Yeah.
Really into like rock and roll in the 50s. I really loved that. A lot of blues. I love blues. But a lot of rock. And then when I did discover country, it was really probably the early 90s. I thought guys like Dwight Yoakam were really cool.
Yeah.
Steve Earle was really
Oh, yeah.
one of my favorites. So, but yeah, a lot of rock, a lot of. I remember, I was in that pocket of, Michael Jackson, Prince.
Oh, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
I mean, I really love that time period of, I thought the early 80s, 84, 85, 86. Even bands like Hugh Lewis and the News and Sports came out. I thought that was an incredible
Yeah.
album. You know what I mean?
was great.
Just top to bottom. The Born in the USA record's amazing, top to bottom. So, Bryan Adams, stuff you already know. And But yeah, I mean,
I
mainly
guess I
that.
was mainly asking that too because I obviously knew that about you, but I was more, I guess, curious about these guys because I knew there was some country influence as kids, and it's like, when you grow up listening to country, are you listening to rock as well? Because I'm kind of like you. We just grew up on the same stuff, and then discovered country later.
Yeah.
I was real harmony oriented, man. I wanted to hear vocals. I wanted to hear a great vocalist. Like when Bryan Adams came out, I was like, "Good Lord, this guy! Who is this for?"
I'll tell you this right now.
That dude sings better now than he did then.
And he's like the only one. I mean, I'm not gonna say the only one, but I see a lot of clips of guys still touring, older legacy acts that we all love, still out there. Bryan Adams, he's like the only one I think that's like still raising the bar. Like, I mean, if you hear him now,
He's gotten better with age, man. He really has.
It is amazing.
My favorite singer, probably my favorite. I have a lot of rock singers that are my favorites, but Paul Rodgers is probably my favorite.
Oh, so good.
That's Richard's favorite too.
He's probably my favorite.
Yeah, it's Redmond's favorite.
All around singer that there is.
Yep.
I could sit and I cock my head when they come on. I'm like, his younger days, to even now. I don't know how he's singing now, but I know as of like 10 years ago, I'd see these old bad company when they were doing these reunion tours and stuff, and I'm just, my head cocks like this, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy.
I'm with you. He's incredible.
And he sang different. He sang the song different every night, but it was still good, like it was the original way. He could improvise with his voice so good. He's probably my favorite rock singer.
That's Rich's favorite too. Yeah, interesting.
I was actually driving Sunday, not very far, about an hour. For whatever reason, I just started asking my phone, just Apple Music, said play John Denver, and I'd listen to that, and then I just had a kind of a game with myself. It's like whatever song pops into my head next, that's what I'm going to ask. And it was all old. Everything is old. So next thing you know, I'm listening to Hunk Hunk a Burnin' Love, Elvis, just because it came into my head. And so that's what I asked for. And I listened to that. And then I listened to In the Ghetto. And it's been so long since I've listened to the lyric. Do you remember the lyric of In the Ghetto?
I don't know if I remember the lyric now.
Oh, yeah.
So freaking sad. I mean,
Mac
it's
Davis.
brilliant.
I got to see Mac sing it live. I got to do a thing with him, and it was amazing.
Yeah,
I'm like, am I really sitting with this guy that wrote In the Ghetto? And he's doing it.
Great. I mean, you talk about a lyric and a story. It's like, it's sad. I like really, really sad. But anyway, it was amazing. But I found myself in a throwback period, and everything my brain was requesting was old, and I was loving it.
So does that mean, are we just the old men now that
it's just nostalgic?
think that
I guess
older songs are better.
No, I just think it's what I needed at the time. Because I was listening to like timeless things, like and when you hear those things, it's kind of like, I don't know if that would work, but a version of something else might work. I don't know. I was just trying to get inspiration, I guess, from
because I don't know. I'd probably say some of those older songs are better, but
let me ask you all this: do you think that we know how some of those old songs from back then will never die, and they're iconic and they're standards and they'll never die? Do you think that a lot of the music that we have coming out today is going to live on 50 years from now? People are going to be considering iconic? And
so I feel like we've touched on this subject, whether it was on a podcast or not, and it's a great discussion because I don't know. I
don't think people have the attention span to make songs.
And that might be part of it.
To make songs.
We don't give them a chance.
Anymore.
Songs aren't given a chance to become iconic these days.
I agree. I mean, I don't think the way it's consumed and people's like they get a record and then
they're quick
2 weeks
burns,
later
man.
they're over it. So I don't know. I don't think there's enough time for people's attention to make it. I could be wrong. I don't know.
And I'm just speaking for myself, but I mean, at the table, there's a lot of hits just at this table, much less all of Music Row. Like, I don't have anything in my arsenal from beginning to now that is gonna eclipse or even get close to Country Roads. Like, the whole world sings that song. The whole world, not just for a quarter. In a few months, and we're the most spun song
that's another level
in the nation. But what I'm saying is, you talk about timeless. I mean, that's one, and that was just, it's just crazy. So that's a reason why I was listening. That's the first song that I pulled up of that, and I've been listening to it a lot lately, and it's because of all the soccer and everything. They were playing those. Yeah. It's like, man, I really want to, not that you're going to, but I desire to. Okay, what is that? Is it just the melody? Is it this, and then the verses? You listen to them, like, man, those verses are. It's just I don't know. It's
well. So take Ella, the most played song of the last 5 years, I would say, maybe since Last Night by Morgan Wallen. Will that be an iconic song?
Maybe
it
so
could be.
big.
It could be. So.
And I don't know.
See. I don't know either. But I listen to stuff like I love Glen Campbell. Like, and if you listen to like the Wichita Lineman, which is one of my favorite. Music isn't even. There's so much creativity in that music and thought out creativity. We don't even spend time to be that creative.
I asked my wife this question the other day. I asked her, I said, do you think the generation after us and the generation after them or before them is going to listen to the lyrics like people used to? Are lyrics that important today as they used to be? I think there was a thing that I saw, Kaylo, and you may know more about this than I do, but when you look at the NSAI awards over the years, or songs of the year, for that matter, from the award shows, like the top 50, I think 48 of them are ballads.
Really?
From years way back, like 48 of them are all ballads. Like He Stopped Loving Her Today and songs like that.
Yeah.
Old slow country songs that were lyrically, they were genius when they were written. And I wonder if kids are paying attention to what songs say anymore as much as they used to.
I think they are in the sense that you'll see a lot of kids now, like they'll pull quotes from a song, like a couple lines and post it, like a couple lines that might hit them right. I don't know if they're listening to absorbing the entire story like they used to, but they're listening to the things that are like mean something to them because they'll post it and they'll talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just different. The whole way they consume it and listen to it and feel about it is completely different.
I've noticed kids when they have their playlist going, they won't even let the whole song finish. They'll go to the next song.
Yeah.
It's like boom, boom.
Yeah.
You're right.
Like, I heard that, and they don't listen to the whole song.
No.
They just like go to the next one, and then go to the next one. It's just
the attention span
nonstop.
is,
That's right.
Yeah, but like the Ella thing that you mentioned, that she's in Texas, just all over social media, and there's so many funny things. Like there'll be these, cowboys in a truck, and it'll come on or whatever, and they said, "Oh no, don't play that. I'm so tired of that song. I'm so sick of that song." Next thing you know, they're singing along, and then they're out dancing.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy, but it's just taking over like social media like crazy. So that is a song, and I guess melodically and lyrically, I mean, people and kids are loving it. I mean, so who knows?
Huge.
Yeah,
Huge.
It's massive.
But she is classic. I mean, it's a classic sounding record.
Yeah. Yeah, it was well done all the way around, the writing, the producing, the playing.
That's right.
It's really well done.
Hey, put to bed, Kaylo, because I know this happens to you, and I can't call them dipshitiots because they just don't know. But when somebody asks you, have you sold any songs lately?
Oh,
Can you kind of put that, like, tell some of our listeners that we don't sell songs until they've already earned money and we actually
Did
do
I
sell
miss
them?
the setup to this?
No, it's just we get asked that question a lot.
Oh,
Okay. Meaning they think that when we write a song, that when somebody records it, we've sold it.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Did you sell any songs lately?
I got you.
yeah.
Okay. I caught up to you. Sorry.
Well, I used to going to the long explanation of, well, technically, we don't do that. They're licensed, but now, generally, especially because it's usually like a grandmother or something,
Right.
And
It's usually somebody I'm playing golf
and
with.
I know what they mean. If you got any songs recorded, anything out, so I just say, no, or I got one little thing, not doing too much, but got it recorded, and they say, "Oh, that's good." They don't follow up on the sales thing, but yeah, it used to all the time.
Most of the time, it's that.
Because you go to Belmont and you get your degree and you know things, and so you want all that money that you spent. You're wanting to tell somebody. Said, "Well, actually, we don't sell songs, but we do. Actually, we will sell individual
eventually.
songs, and you sell catalogs of songs."
But I know what they mean. It's like They probably thought, anything that you've had cut, you had to sell that song to Paisley for him to cut ticks.
Yeah. Right.
You had
Heard
to
that
sell
before.
that.
Yeah.
Has anybody taken any songs lately?
That's really their way of asking you how the business works. I think they wanted, they're kind of opening up the conversation, and then you have to set them straight.
I think people are dumbfounded to actually hear how the business works. I mean, it's just having a conversation this week with somebody who was asking, and they were like, "What?"
I know,
and it was more. I think they saw your clip. I think Jim posted your clip, or the numbers on Spotify.
Yeah,
and they just couldn't believe that.
Yeah, it's exactly right. And I always get asked the question at the most inopportune times. It's like I might be having a good round of golf going or something. I'm like, I'm playing good, and then they want to talk about what I do for a living, and they want to know about the music business. I'm like, I'm trying to concentrate on my putting and my short game right now. I don't have time to explain the music business. It's way too in depth for me to explain.
It's way too in depth, and it's constantly changing, and I don't know. It's depressing.
Everything's going to be all right.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. Yes. Everything's going to be all right.
Thank God we got Kalo.
No doubt about it.
I think he's holding us all together right now.
No, just hang in there, boys. Everything's going to be just fine.
I thought we'd have a bus by now.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm still a little brokenhearted.
We had big dreams.
I thought we'd have a bus by now.
Heard at RV.
I thought we'd have a million followers. Remember that? What was I wrong?
You were alone there.
Yeah, I know.
You were
no
alone.
tattoos for Kurt.
Yeah.
Never.
No tattoos for Kurt. Maybe if we got tattoos, Kurt, something would happen.
You think?
I think we've missed the window for it.
Hey, by the way, our Facebook following is growing.
Really?
And I want to make sure we shout out
A little bit of sunlight.
a little bit of sunlight, but go follow us. And, we probably haven't done as good of a job as we need to telling people to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and, of course, now Facebook. We are rocking. So if you're on Facebook, go to Facebook. Try that in a small town podcast and follow us. Lots of clips are going out there. Even it's fun to follow on Facebook because we're putting out a lot of the old clips as well. So, you can say like one popped up the other day from Herb Street, one popped up from Lee Allen Baker. Remember her? She was great.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
So
We've had so many good guests.
I know.
On our podcast.
So many. Yeah, so many
We've
episodes.
had so many good ones, man.
You're right. If the guests, if the listeners go back and look at the old episodes, pretty cool.
It's
I
very
did.
cool.
I looked at all the list of guests, and it's like, wow, there's some cool moments in here.
Is it me?
It's not you.
Okay, we've determined it's not Tully.
I don't think it's me, but the good news is the good news is, judging by the responses, I don't think it's me.
No, you got a lot of positive reinforcement.
I think people
Which is all we need.
They're worried about
I think
me.
there was a lot of empathy and sympathy there.
They're worried about you.
Yeah, we better.
I think somebody sent you flowers.
I tell you this.
right?
I tell you this. It's definitely. My fuse has been short. It has been short. Kurt witnessed.
Your emotional fuse or your just your anger fuse?
I think the whole fuse, all sections of it. Kurt, we mentioned the Luke Bryan show we played in Montana. Well, the next morning, we had to fly. We flew back from Montana, like a commercial flight, and somehow we didn't. Well, it gets worse. It gets worse. It gets worse than that. Oh. We somehow weren't on a direct flight. Our flight had a connection, which was just infuriating. So,
well, it's only infuriating. Let me interrupt real quick because there was a nonstop leaving at the same time.
Yeah,
and we got put on the one that connects in Denver that's always delayed 5 hours.
But Kurt witnessed.
So anyway,
Kurt witnessed there was some shitidiots on the plane. Oh, and Kurt witnessed my fuse go.
What happened?
What happened?
Well, you were there.
Yeah, I was there.
I don't think I was in there wrong.
definitely not in the wrong.
I don't think I need to do what I did.
What happened?
Well, I mean, you're talking to a guy who doesn't like to talk to the guy at Publix. I mean, so I'm not sure how much of a when you say was I wrong? I mean, I don't know if that means
They
anything.
must implement this in their training. It happened again with a different.
Oh,
I told you that they're told to do that to strike up
It's
conversation.
not a yes or no question.
What?
So, what are your plans for the weekend? Too far.
too much.
Too far.
We're talking
too
about
much.
the cashier at a grocery store at Publix per se,
Too
or
much.
at Kroger or something like that.
And I'm sorry to interrupt, but they did it again.
Well, you can't stand for
Those
that.
Okay, I'm sorry, Tully. Finish the story.
Well, I mean, I'm,
No
I'm,
wonder
now
we're
I'm
not.
mad
No
at that.
wonder we're not successful.
Now I'm mad at that.
People are finding out that Kurt and Tully are
Just a
actual
couple
dicks.
routine.
We're not.
Just,
No wonder we're
just a
not.
couple routine assholes.
It's not
That's
me.
all.
It's us.
What the hell? You guys are bitter.
We're not bitter. It's just okay. So
They're coming off a #1 record and they're pissed. It's a world.
Neil, do you really want somebody asking you what the cashier asking you what your plans are for the weekend?
You just said I'm celebrating my #1 record this weekend.
You're right. I should have.
why are we? Why are we so grumpy? No,
You're right. I should have said that.
I think it's because we're
my weekend's gonna be great.
Well, look.
Counting money this
I'll
weekend.
tell
I get
you
to go
why.
home to be with my. Yes.
I tell you why. It's because we're torn and we're busy and we're it's.
I know traveling gets to you. I get that.
It doesn't get to me. It's just
No, it does.
Travelers.
I
get
hate
to me.
airports.
Like,
I hate airports.
this guy. Okay, this fucking guy. He's got the inside. He's got
Language.
the window seat. So we're flying the whole time, and he's just annoying me the whole time. Anyway, I'm just annoyed. We land, right, Kurt? We land. This is when it happened.
Yeah.
Now I'm in the very first. We're in the very front row of the plane. Southwest flight, right?
I don't know.
We're in the very front row, like seat #1. And Kurt's over on this side. I'm on this side, and I got this guy next to me in the window seat. So we're first in line. So I get up when the plane stops to get my bag. This guy comes right through me. Like I'm getting my bag, and he is in such a hurry to get his bag. He's coming through our little space through me to get his bag. And I told him, I said, wow. I didn't say it calm, I don't think.
I forget what you said. You definitely said something to get his attention.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a pew system. It's easy.
No. What happened?
Well, what happened was I'm getting my
did
bag.
he get mad at you?
No, Tully got mad at him.
I got
know,
mad
but
at him.
after you made your comment,
No, he didn't want to know me.
that would have been
morning.
awesome.
No, that's not going to happen. No, on the mornings like that with me, no, you don't want to know me those mornings. No, it's not a pleasant thing, and I'm really
But
comfortable.
what
And
are
I'm
you
really,
doing? You're reaching
really,
for us to
I'm really
bros.
comfortable with it too, because I had my hands up getting my bag, and here he comes under my arm, trying to get through me.
That's unnecessary.
And I
Yeah,
said,
that's-
and I said something like, "Really?"
Yeah,
So,
where's
are you
he
good with
going?
this?
Where's he
Yeah.
going? The door's not open.
That's the whole point.
You know.
I mean, I'm going to let you get your bag. He's
Yeah.
just really worked up. And then I had about enough with the mask and the shit. Put your mask, take your mask off.
He had a mask
Wait a
on.
minute, they
He
had a,
didn't, but there's just, dude, there's people got masks on.
Are you serious?
Flying right now, commercial is like the Wild West. It is. Everybody's out of control. Everybody. It is very uncomfortable out there.
Hey, maybe his wife was pregnant and she was having a baby and going into
This guy?
going
No,
into labor.
He was older, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
He was-
that was the unfortunate part of the story.
I stole your people pleaser line. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I did.
It's all right.
it's just
I was-
because
He didn't have a cane or anything, right?
no.
Okay. Walker.
I don't think.
No.
No, I don't think.
Okay.
I don't know. He was just one of those guys. It was just
Was it white? Was it a white cane?
No.
no.
Okay.
There's no cane.
Okay.
He was a little older, but he had it coming. So, I mean, and it's just because we're traveling a lot right now, and
We're grumpy.
every
We're
night
grumpy
we're
old men.
playing our hearts out up there, and now we got to take a connecting flight.
Bless your heart.
Oh my gosh, you're such prima donna.
Are we though?
Yes.
I mean, no, I don't think.
I think we are.
Yeah, just spoiled. We're all spoiled.
You just
I mean,
get- yeah, you just get used
we
to it,
really are.
you know?
We're spoiled.
We're very
You know,
spoiled.
as soon as I walked into the airport going to Utah, I was like, oh my God. And you're always like, I'm watching people when I go in there. And wondering why I said yes to the gig. every single
But you
time.
just don't
Back
like to
to
be
it.
away from the house, though. I mean, that's rare for you to take those shows. 'cause
It's
you
only
don't-
because
you
it
don't
was
fly
Josh.
too
That's the only
often,
reason
yeah.
I did it.
Let me ask you
'Cause
this. So
he
you
was
get-
like, because
what-
you know me, I don't like to leave town. I don't
Yeah.
like flying. I don't like airports. Once I'm in the air, I'm good. It's everything leading up
It's
to
true.
actually getting airborne.
Going through security,
All of that,
yeah.
sucks so bad. Once we get it, when that plane gets airborne and I see those flaps go zzz and come in, I know we're good. Even if an engine goes out, we're good.
And there's always one
Yeah.
TSA agent you could tell got his ass kicked in high school. The guy yelling at everybody, yelling at, push your things there. It's like, dude, what are you yelling at this woman for?
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
just tell people. Dude,
I
you
went
don't-
through
you don't have to
TSA this past time.
be- You're not.
and
He's not a sheriff.
I hear my wife in my ear going, "Is that a guy or a girl?" And I'm like, "I think it's a girl. I think it is." Until they talked, and it was a low voice, and I'm like, "That could be anything. I don't know. They'll hire anybody these days. I have no idea."
Hey, I want to ask you this though, because I want to see if you're like us or not.
Oh, this is good.
Oh, this is a fun game.
I like this game already.
So you get on the plane after going through security, all the TSA stuff, whatever. You get on the plane, about to take off. The guy right next to you says, "So, what do you do for a living?"
I know.
No.
And you should be nice.
And what do you say?
I tell him what I do for a living.
And then he starts asking you question on question on question.
True.
At what point do you start to get irritated?
I really don't get irritated.
Oh, don't play nice,
I
Neil.
don't. I really don't. I really don't.
I
get,
know Kayla would talk to him the whole time and be nice.
I
'cause
don't
you're
mind.
a people pleaser.
I don't mind,
If I had the opportunity.
but I really don't mind. I really don't mind talking to somebody, whether it's about what I do for a living. I do feel bad at the end of the conversation because I didn't ask him what he did for a living.
Oh, you don't want to have any
And-
conversation.
I know, but it's like
Well, it's because you're thinking to yourself,
because
there's
I
no
know
way
I
it
know
could be as
'cause
cool as
I'm,
you.
and I'm not saying this. I'm not being braggadocious or anything like that, guys. It's like everybody is fascinated with the music
They
business. And when you tell them, once you open that can of worms, when you tell them what you do, you're stuck. And I get it.
That's
And-
my whole
but
point.
I know it is, but I do not mind. I'm in a freaking chair in the sky like this. What else is there to do? Besides talk to the guy next to me. I might as well just talk to him. You never know.
well, I will
so
say
the answer is
What
you're
am I
not
gonna?
like us.
The answers are really different.
So I'm
I
going to
will
sit
say-
there and just I'm going to sit there and well, I would sit there and play solitaire.
I will say this, guys.
I thought he was asking me and
I'm sorry.
this wasn't your question.
I'm sorry, but I had to have something weird happen to me.
We'll get back to you, Kay.
Sorry,
Oh, thank
Kayla.
you.
I'm really
Okay.
sorry, but before I forget,
Poor listeners.
Before I forget, I do have to tell a story because, first of all, everybody in Vermont looks the same. We all know this. If I'm flying home, I had to fly home.
What do you mean by that?
Everybody in Vermont looks just alike.
What are you talking about though? Like
Just-
Let me
their
tell you
eyes
something.
are far apart, tall foreheads. What do
They
you
all
mean?
dress from the same store or whatever the store is.
Oh.
They all men are wearing socks with sandals. It's out of control. Anyway, I had to go home, see some family, so I got to fly through. Vermont. I got to go into Burlington, and there's a girl sitting next to me going from D.C. to Burlington or Philly to Burlington, whatever, and she's I couldn't help but notice, and you know me, I don't ever make any conversation, but I noticed that she's a young girl. She's probably 24, but she's knitting, which piqued my interest. And even I was like, ordered a cup of coffee, and I said, I'm going to figure out what's going on here because I've never seen knitting
You
very
mean
often.
you opened up the conversation?
I had to because she was
Was
knitting.
it crochet?
That's
Yes.
shocking.
Okay.
She was crocheting the big old school
Yeah.
1800
Yeah.
pins, and and I said, I got a coffee, and I said,
Surprised she got on the plane with those.
well,
those are weapons.
I know,
well,
right?
right? And she's a young
point.
girl. Like she's a young girl. Like, and I'm like,
I said, what are you knitting? And she goes, oh, it's a little sweater. She held it up, and it was a little sweater. I'm like, for what? I don't know. She goes, just, I'm going to knit it for myself. I said, you're making your own clothes? Which blew my mind. And then I immediately regretted the conversation because she started telling me about all this other crap which I don't really care about. I just want to know what are these things you're holding? There's like the giant long needles, and she's crushing it.
Yeah, you're right, Kayla. I can't believe she got on the plane with those.
Yeah.
We couldn't get on the
amazing.
plane with those. If that was in my laptop bag,
Yeah.
that'd call security.
When it went through the scanner, I can't believe it made it through the scanner.
I guess maybe they weren't metal, but still, they're pointy. Huh. Interesting.
Very interesting.
I'm so impressed that you opened up a conversation with
I
somebody
had to because it
on
was-
an airplane.
It's one of those things where she had the yarn coming out of her purse, and it's like coming out of her purse, and she's knitting it, and the sweater is just appearing. I had to ask her. I said, I was more curious because wasn't like she was like 80. She's like a young girl knitting. I was just still, my mind's still like, wow, how do you even pick that up?
Yeah, I understand the no tattoos, Kurt. I understand the no tattoos. If you come in looking like him on a plane and your arms are exposed, people are going to ask you questions.
No, they know actually.
No, automatically.
It
It's
should be a
like,
fear thing.
what do you do? So what's your story?
What's this one mean?
I mean, I have a system for that. Very unapproachable. On a plane, if we're doing commercial, it's sunglasses, T-shirts.
That's a giveaway too.
But I'm not.
He must be somebody screaming.
See, that's why I go
semi-famous.
opposite. I go like this in golf gear because nobody wants to ask me.
You got to be boring.
Don't
on
want
a
to.
plane.
Don't
Hey,
want to.
You got to be boring on a plane.
Sorry, Kayla. We'll still get back to your
That's
answer.
okay. I don't even want to tell it now.
But we're in the Denver airport.
Yeah.
Guys, we're in the Denver airport on our connection.
This guy.
And of course, Tully's in his sunglasses and his, stage
Tully, really?
clothes.
Really?
His bass. And the guy runs up next to us. Hey, what band are you guys in?
What do you expect to happen, dude?
He didn't ask me. Listen.
So I
I'm
go,
not approachable.
Whatever.
and it's me, Rich, and Tully. And I go, oh, I'm not in the band. I go, he's in a band.
And I heard him.
That's freaking That's awesome.
I heard him say it, and I'm walking.
Look at me.
So we're walking, and I heard him say it, and I'm like, you dick.
the best
You
ever.
dick. And then so all of a sudden to my left, here comes Kurt. He's like, sir, what band are you in?
And then I said, let's find out. I go, what band are you in? And then Tully doesn't say anything. I go, you're not being very nice. We're just asking what band you're in.
Now we're playing it up, and I said, don't talk to me. I said, don't talk to me. Get away from me. And then Kurt goes, you're not in a very nice band.
You said that to the guy?
No, it was Kurt.
No.
You're missing
But the
story.
guy was there too.
The guy was
Yeah,
there
the
too.
guy
I
heard
was
me.
trying
Yeah.
to play
Yeah.
with him like, hey, what band
Yeah.
are you guys
Yeah.
in?
I heard that part.
Yeah.
So did you make it nice? Did
He
you
pawned
tell
him
the
off
guy,
on you.
You say, hey, we're buddies. We're in the
No, I
same.
didn't.
Right?
So you just let him think that he was an
Yes.
asshole. Okay.
No, Kurt started to play dumb, like he didn't know who I was. And so Kurt came up and said, what band are you in, sir?
Oh, I thought you pawned a guy off on him.
No. The guy was asking me because he thought the three of us were together, which we were.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to answer the question, so I said, oh, I'm not in a band. I said, he's in a band.
So then Kurt made
And then I
friends
said,
with-
what band are you in?
Kurt asked me what band you were
Oh,
in. We
okay.
were playing it up, and I said, please leave me alone. And then I said, would you please get away from me, please? And Kurt goes, well, not a very nice band. That's the kind of fun we have.
Anyway.
That's good.
Kayla, let's get
That's
back
good.
to your...
Yeah, Kayla, what'd you
What was
ask
the
again?
question? I don't even remember.
Yeah, what was the question?
What would you do if somebody's asking you in the air? And we've exposed that Tully and I are
Got it.
probably not the most congenial of travelers and people to talk to.
Yeah.
I think
What
we've
a bunch.
established
Neil
that.
is so disappointed.
I
Look at him.
really am.
Well,
you got so much to be thankful for, and
You're right.
and
I know,
and
you're
just
right.
mean.
You're
just
right.
mean
Let's
to
talk
people.
about something quick so Kayla can't answer.
You're right, Neil.
I know I am. I'm always right.
You know, Neil,
it's,
it must be those new glasses.
You know,
All right.
you know, Kurt, I can see you good.
All right, Tully, let's go to Kayla. Tully,
anyway.
we need Kayla to interject.
All right, so back on to the majority of flights, probably Southwest. So I've just noticed over the last couple years that people generally don't talk, even if you're carrying on a guitar, because they're irritated that you have the guitar and you're taking up so much overhead space. They don't like you. It's not cool that you have one. You know, they don't care if you write, if you sing. They don't want to know. They're just irritated, saying, "He's got that. He's taking up the whole."
You mean
band."
the person with the huge carry-on is pissed that you're bringing on a guitar?
Yeah, and you have to be really careful because they try to jam. They know they can't fit it up there, right? They're trying to jam it in on that guitar, and there's only been a couple times where I've had to say, "Hey, dude, please don't do that. That's an expensive guitar. It's right behind."
Hey,
they just look at you.
Southwest is one of the only few that lets you bring that guitar on, right?
I always feel good about Southwest because you always get the same plane. Even if you lay over, it's the same plane. If you're going at different American or Delta, you might have a big plane on the way out, but then on your layover, then you got a tiny one, and you can't put it up there.
Southwest
so then you got to gate check it.
737s.
I'm in a soft shell case.
Their whole fleet is 737s.
Yeah. So that's what I like about that.
I
It's just
checked
peace of
my
mind.
guitar this time, and I was nervous, but I checked it. I did check it, and it did fine.
I've done
both
I've done
ways,
both.
and they actually took care of it. They didn't put it on the belt. They actually put it on, where all the big stuff is. They set it over here, and it was. But Southwest has always done me right. Maybe they can be a sponsor of our podcast.
Maybe, I don't know. I have had, in checking a guitar, like a hard shell, I have had a hard shell case ripped open, which you could only do with like a forklift, or if the guys in the back said, "All right, center block wall, $10, whoever can crack it." And that's the only way it could happen. Because, I mean, it was the hard plastic it wasn't just broke, it was peeled off the top. I mean, it was where you see the styrofoam.
Most of them do not care.
Not an accident.
Yeah.
But
Southwest
the guitar was
has
fine.
always treated me good with, if I check a guitar with Southwest, I'm not really worried about the condition of everything when I get it back. Now, I have been sitting on a flight before. Was it you and I? It may have been you and I. I don't remember for sure. And I'm sitting in my seat, and I look out the window, and I see guitar cases, and I know one of them's mine. And these dudes fling them out of that cart onto the belt, coming up to the plane. I mean, they chunked my guitar.
Yeah.
I mean, it went airborne.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Southwest. It may have been American or somebody like that. But they actually threw my guitar. It got airborne, and I watched it fly and land on the belt and fall off. Some other dude picked it up and put it on the belt, and I got to witness it. And I'm like, that's how it happens right there. These guys.
Yeah.
They don't care. They get it gone. They get it gone. Get it gone.
Get it going.
It's just a piece of luggage.
I'd like to know what airline is the worst about that. Who's had more damage? Who's had more damage to? Because I've seen on Instagram some guys that they've shown pictures.
Yeah.
They've taken pictures of their instruments and they're destroyed.
Yeah.
When they come off a flight.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which one would be.
Southwest is great, and we're looking for sponsors. Southwest Airlines.
That's a great idea, Neil. You're full of it.
They are fantastic with our musical instruments. They are fantastic.
Props to Southwest.
I'm not hating the assigned seats.
Yeah, me either.
Let me ask you all this.
I don't mind it.
Why? How come they don't board the back rows first?
I don't know. That's a great question.
Why?
I don't know.
I haven't figured that one out.
I actually haven't figured out the whole grouping system because you can be in the same row and have different group numbers.
Yeah.
Like, it makes no sense.
But you would think they would board from the back to the front first.
You would think that.
It would go so much quicker, and so I don't get that. It's the same people that set up the NIL for NCAA. Same people.
Let's do a round of dipshitiots.
Yeah.
I mean, we may have just spent the whole hour on it.
I got a good one this week.
All right. Give us what you got.
UPS, the entire company. I shipped a very expensive bass.
They will not be sponsoring us, by the way.
No, that's fine because they're gonna. I mean, this is ridiculous. I shipped a very expensive bass that means a lot to me. Actually, not far away. Like it was. I shipped it up to a friend of mine in Kentucky. Now I didn't insure it full amount because it's going 3 hours. I'm like, well, this should be there tomorrow. Never. And keep in mind, I've shipped over 100 guitars, easy basses, everywhere through UPS. Well, they lost it. They lost it, and then when UPS loses something, they don't tell you. You have to. It just doesn't get delivered, and you got to go and you look on this app, and then it's delayed.
Did the person that was supposed to receive it tell you, or how did you know that it didn't get?
Well,
okay.
yeah, they said it was delayed, and then I looked it up, and then you can't get anyone on the phone. So then it took you have to file a claim, and then you get a random response. But it's like, I don't know how you lose it. It's sitting somewhere, but they've lost it.
And since it's not insured, that's
well, I mean,
on
we haven't reached that point yet because I think they have to declare it like so many days, like 14 days, or who knows what it is, 12, 14 days have to go by before they declare it lost. But I mean, I didn't insure it full amount because
How do you lose it? How do you lose it?
How do you lose it? And I can't be responsible for finding it.
No,
Yep.
you're not going to find it.
Somebody knows where it is.
Somebody knows where it is.
Let me ask you this.
Maybe not at UPS, but somebody knows. Somebody got it.
Well, I mean, that could be.
Did you pay for the base?
I actually paid for the space, yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. You're kidding.
No.
That's shocking.
No.
You
He's
paid?
paid for a lot of
Yeah, I
his
paid for a
ba-
lot of
yeah.
bases.
No kidding.
Yeah. You know, a lot of
You need a new business manager.
No. Well, look, I have a Rodgers Sadowski bassist makes my instruments. They're amazing. Have for 25 years. It's a one-man company with 3 guys. Where they're amazing instruments. So I get a lot for free, but he even now, like, he gives me, if I'm not getting one for free, I'll pay X amount for an artist deal. Because, I mean, he's done a lot for me. So every now and then he'll make me a custom thing, and it's still expensive.
Yeah, it's not, and like you said, it's not like Gibson where they've got hundreds of thousands of guitars being manufactured.
This isn't a mass-produced.
Yeah.
This is like hands-on.
Yeah.
I've been with these people since the late 90s. So anyway, but he had made me one. He's older now, and so I'm not sure how much longer he'll do it. So I had him make me one where the only one who touched it was him.
Wow.
So, and that's what this, and I was saying to a friend of mine to just kind of look at it and play it a little bit, and never thought in a million years it'd be lost, but it's lost. So we'll see. I mean, then I'll just have to blast the serial number out there and see if it turns up somehow.
To be continued.
That's
okay.
Big time.
Yeah.
Hate that. That's not a fun story.
Yeah, no.
It's not fun.
I don't have any dipshit idiots this week.
Wow, you're so nice right now.
No, I don't.
You are.
I
You're
really
like
don't.
you've turned this.
No, it's
weird
not. It's not
corner.
me. I haven't turned any corner. I haven't turned any corner. It's just everything went smooth this week.
Boring.
I agree.
No, it really was. because
Loser.
Everything was great.
What a joke.
Everything, everywhere I went, everything I did, everybody was over the top nice. And I was looking for dipshit.
Trying to get us a Capri
You're
Sun
listening to the
sponsor.
lifestyles of the rich and famous.
No, I was
Where
looking.
everything goes-
we're always looking for dipshits and waiting for somebody to mess up, but nobody did. And it was smooth. I was with my wife, and everything was hunky dory. I don't have one complaint this week.
Neil
Wow.
Thrasher
And-
in
and-
Pleasantville.
Apparently, we ate up all the complaint bandwidth.
Yeah, I think so.
I didn't. I didn't.
Okay, Kalo.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to condense this one.
Oh boy.
So this one's on me, but
I hate that.
I know, but it was too good for it not to be. But anyway, so there's only so many things I can do exercise wise with the surgery and stuff. So I started to do it just at least walking on the treadmill. So a treadmill at the house, and it's 15 degrees, max incline, because I'm in superior shape. And so anyway, I was going. It's maybe a 2.5 or something like that. I just started back doing something, right, and I set it up 45 minutes. Well, anyway, my daughter Lucy comes in, and she's just sitting on the little gym floor there, right beside the treadmill, and my wife Rachel, I could hear her in the hall, and I said, "Hey, Rachel, Lucy's in here." And and she goes, I know, just watch her for a second. And I was like, well, I'm on the treadmill, and I'm trying to focus, Anyway, but she's sitting right there beside it, and I didn't want her to, crawl under it or set. I could tell she wanted to touch the belt. That's what she wanted to do, right? And I didn't want to have to stop because of my, my cardio. I didn't want to mess up my cardio.
But it's the heart rate now.
Right. I don't know, lose my heart
Lord
rate.
knows.
And so anyway, so she sat there for 2 or 3 minutes, whatever, and then Rachel came and got her, and then she left, right? So 30 minutes later goes and it ends the 45 minutes. And so the treadmill starts going down, and about halfway down, it starts shaking and vibrating, and
Oh my God!
And then it went over to hold
God.
this side, and I'm holding on like that, and then I jumped off, and I got in a stance like this, and said, "It's an earthquake." and then I sat there and I said, "Nothing else moving." I thought, all right, I don't think it's an earthquake. Then I looked at it and said, okay, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It like threw me like a horse, right? And I thought, okay, somehow when the incline, did it come, it just kind of jacked like that? Anyway, so I called the lady that I bought it from 3 years ago. I said, you sold me a piece of... No. But anyway, so I told her the situation. She goes, yeah, I've never heard anything like that. And I said, well, I'm just telling you. I said, me neither. I said, but I don't know what happened, but I need somebody to come check it out. I thought I almost killed myself. It almost threw me.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Hold on. Is the lady like from a store that you bought, or like off Facebook
Yeah, no, it's
Marketplace?
Push, pedal, and pull, if I'm correct on that.
I got a feeling. Kayla's going to wind up being the dipshit.
It's in
story,
Brentwood.
but go ahead.
It's in Brentwood. Anyway, so she was talking to me, just having me check all these things and everything, and she goes, I don't even know how to describe this to the tech, Monday to come. And I said, well, just tell them it felt like an earthquake, and it threw me, and then it threw me off to the side. That's all I know to tell. And she goes, well, can you take any pictures? I said, I'll try. It's a pretty tight room, but I'll try. So she goes, okay, do that. So anyway, so I did, and I started taking a couple pictures, and I was looking at them, and I thought, underneath it, I was looking at it, and I thought, that looks weird, and then it occurred to me what had happened before I even looked under there. So there's a lime green foam roller that my wife uses that was setting by the treadmill. Now, it would have been fine had you not had it on max incline for people in superior shape. But Lucy, unbeknownst to me, tried to kill her father. And she rolled it under there while she was there. So when that incline came down, it jolted, and then so I took the picture and I blew it up, and I said, sweet mother of God. And so I had to call the lady back, and I said, hey,
you called her back?
I did. I said, looks like we found the problem. Good thing you made me take those pictures, because it looks like it's a foam roller.
See, there's a difference.
And the foam roller's torn all to
I
hell.
would have never called her back.
I would have called her
had
back
to.
and said,
Had
I'm
to.
taking my business elsewhere next time because you refused to help me.
No, but she was very helpful.
I knew where that was going.
And she helped me get the thing back online and track and everything. So she stayed on the phone with me for another 30 minutes to get it adjusted and get it right. So, but yeah, so yes, I was the.
I don't believe it.
That.
I refuse to accept it.
But it's funny because it's true.
Oh, it's an earthquake.
I thought it was there for a minute. It can happen.
It could happen.
Yeah.
It could happen. I'll just double down on just because it just happened. So our friend, Mr. Aldean, was on 2 weeks ago, right? Or what it was, maybe a couple weeks ago. And we were talking about dipshitties. I mean, do you guys remember what his was? So basically, you're saying, I go into Walmart or whatever, and somebody goes, hey, Aldean! Oh, Nick Green traffic! We were all laughing, whatever. So we're on the golf course this week, and we're playing.
You actually played?
Yeah, I did play.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah,
impressed.
not very well. But whatever. Of course, when we get there at the pro shop, whoever, they want to take some pictures. And even then, oh, no, word's going to get out. Word's going to get out. Jason's here. So we're on the third hole. And the tee box for the fourth or fifth is close by. And this guy does it, dude. He's like, yo, are you Jason Aldean?
Oh, no.
Are you Aldean? He says it like 3 times. Top of his lungs. It's a golf course. It's reverberating down fairways and back. God. So
That's the worst.
Their whole cart comes over, and they're like, oh, my God, dude, we're going to come see the show. And they're so loud. I swear to you, the next 3 holes, it's a meet and greet. Like,
Oh, God.
everybody's coming up.
I bet he was loving that.
Yeah, well, and Jason's great. He handles it great. He's like, yeah, come on, I'll get a picture. But, it's like, oh, my gosh.
You wanted this.
Yeah.
I always tell them, you wanted this.
Yeah, I know. The golf course, so it's like, it's not like going out in public to a restaurant, where you're going to be seeing golf.
Sure.
Course, you think you're going to be
I know.
by yourself.
Oh.
But, oh, my God, we were just laughing about it because he just said that. Like, that was his thing. And they're yelling out, Aldean, oh, I love that. Try that in a small town. One dude had it on his golf cart cranking, which was cool, by the way.
Did they mention the podcast or just Aldean?
They didn't seem to know who I was.
I know.
They didn't seem to know who I was.
I thought they might be punking
Big
you
time.
guys. You know?
Oh,
No.
Okay.
it's funny though. To piggyback on that plane thing. You say I don't talk to people, but I do when it's.
That's always back to it.
I do. Another thing I told Kurt about, because we, on our way out to this last flight, we ended up circling Denver. Until we ran out of fuel, we had to go to Wichita. Big problems. The guy next to me, I wasn't talking to him, but I overheard him talking to another guy, and I realized that he was in business. He owned some sort of big marketing firm. So I was like, huh. Wonder what kind of business.
Can you help me?
Yeah. So I tried to get us a sponsor.
I get it.
Yeah, it didn't work out. I kept throwing it out there, you know.
So this
Well,
podcast
thanks for
is
trying.
really big.
The podcast space is amazing. But I have to say one more not great thing. We have another champion dipshit at the show the other night. Threw up a flask. Almost.
Oh, just about
Kurt
took me out.
Guys,
Like a big metal
like
flask.
metal flask.
I don't
Like
get that.
I don't know
I don't either.
what makes people think, because that never used to happen.
It's called alcohol.
I think it's some of the new acts too. I think they invite that kind of thing, maybe like throw your beer up, throw your beer everywhere. I don't get it, because we've never, since the last couple of years, had this as
Yeah,
an issue.
it's
We've been
been a lot.
We've
It's
been
an
on the road
epidemic.
forever, 25 years out there
Right.
doing that shit.
But it's not like they're tossing it to say, hey, take a swig of this out of the flat. They're trying to hit you in the
They're
face.
making sure it makes it up there,
I know.
Okay.
and there's only one way to do it. When you're 20 feet, 30 feet away, you're throwing it.
Y'all's next show that somebody's going to throw your bass that got lost up there.
I hope so.
Here comes your bass.
I would love that.
But what happens once it gets up there? Like if they throw a flask up there, like, yeah, I did it. Like what's the payoff?
It's a great question. It's a great question.
Somebody needs to tell us that. What's the payoff of throwing something up on stage like that? So that probably came from a dude, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Like, is he filming
Hey,
that?
what's the strangest thing that's been thrown up on stage?
Strangest?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, huge bras that are.
Well, that's typical. That's not
Yeah,
strange.
How about a corn on the cob
No kidding. Was that in Iowa when you were playing Iowa?
festival?
That's funny.
I don't know. That's a great question.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have a great answer.
Yeah.
But
I know.
Yeah.
I mean, as many times as y'all have been on the stage, I mean, you would think that
most people-
one would stand
Well,
out
most
for
people
sure.
don't throw stuff. It's like it's just becoming an epidemic recently.
I mean, you see people out there holding posters and
Yeah.
you know, and stuff like that, and I figured there might be
people
something,
for
like a corgi. Somebody threw a corgi on
That'd
stage
be
or
funny.
something.
people for a,
A
while
donkey?
they're throwing their zins.
Donk.
There's,
yeah.
Donk.
Donk
a
toss.
lot.
Yeah.
But
I guarantee you, somebody now that they've heard this podcast, somebody's going to throw a donk. The stuffed donkey on stage. It's
I hope
coming.
so. I hope so. All right. Anything
we
else?
survived another
Last
week.
words.
Made it another
I
week.
think that does it.
The lights are still on.
Maybe that's how we'll get people to watch. Like they don't know if we'll be on next Monday or not.
Nah, it's too much negativity. Nah. Nobody's listening this far into the episode anyway.
You're right. They've not.
Yeah, we don't even have to sign
Hey,
off.
let's have like a secret word. Like the word is donk throw.
Donk
if you
throw.
listen to this far, put that in the comments.
Nice one.
We'll see how many people do.
Perfect. Brilliant.
It's donk toss.
Donk
to be
toss,
specific.
sorry.
Yes.
Peacemaker Coffee. We love those guys. Go get you some coffee.
Yes.
Try that in a small town, of course. Also, it's great. I told you guys I switched to the medium down the road. It's fantastic.
Oh, Sucker Punch for me.
Good. Sucker Punch is good. All of it's good. Get you some. Get you some.
Oh yeah. I've been using the ground up stuff lately.
Yeah,
It's really good.
It's so good.
it's fantastic.
Love it.
From the Patriot Mobile Studios, powered by eSpaces. Thrash, DK, Kalo. I'm Kurt. That's Jim.
Hey, Jim.
Jim,
Jim.
Didn't know you were here.
buddy,
Oh, gosh. I was about to sign it off. What?
You gonna tell me you love me again?
we do love you.
Thank you.
Love's a big word.
This
I'm gonna fix it.
Okay.
It's not gonna- it's-
This could be why we're not getting sponsored.
I think this is content for the subscribers. Go ahead and sign us off, Chris.
Subscriber only.
He doesn't have he has the wrong gym wrench.
All right.
Nice.
and-
Anyway, try that in a small town podcast. Tune in next week.
Make sure to follow along, subscribe, share, rate the show, and check out our merch at trythatinasmalltown.com.